I've been wanting to tell y'all about this, right? But my girl Sheila put it together so concisely. I said, I gotta tell this the blackest way I know how. Please check her video out. Please check it out. Ali Larijani is an Iranian military official. I think his title is like the Minister of Parliament. I put it up there, okay? Anyway, on Sunday, he said the U.S. is planning a 9/11 style attack and they planning on blaming Iran. We ain't got shit to do with that. Keep that over there. Sunday, right? Monday, he dead. I know. Monday, he dead. So Joe Kent is the Counterterrorism Center director. And I love how she breaks down this guy, right? Joe Kent, super MAGA, ties with Proud Boys and white nationalist organizations. Yeah, crazy. He's a Trump loyalist, a sycophant, if you will. And she lays out like how much of a sycophant he is. Like he is one of them. But anyway, Joe Kent, this director, right? The day that man get killed, Monday, this week, child, why he quit on Tuesday and was like, you bitches got it. You got it. Y'all on some other shit. I signed up to hate black people and brown people. Y'all doing a lot. A lot of risk, and it don't seem like no reward. Out of here. When you get back to focusing on hating minorities, tag me in, coach. I'm gone. Right? And this is crazy. And that's what Sheila was explaining. Like, this type of man resigning, not only did he resign, but after he resigned, he wrote a letter and was like, hey, Trump, they lying to you, honey. They telling you lies to get you to do this shit. I'll put it to you like this. Y'all know it ain't no bigger stand than a fucking Barb. That's still a fan right now. This is the equivalent of a Barb turning on Nicki Minaj. Bitch, I know. Bitch, I know. So Sheila's like, hey, bitch, pay attention. This shit is big. And I said, girl, I know, child. But anyway, go over to her page. This is the video. Check it out. Y'all need to see how much Joe Kent was MAGA. And for one of their own to come out, girl, I said, I know you fucking lying.
Who's lying? Vancouver Police Department or you? It's in the police report that dude you hired.
This young man wasn't convicted of anything. He wasn't a felon.
The police department called him a white nationalist. Who's lying, them or you? Maybe this is why I have their endorsement and you don't, because you lie about them. Will you look the camera in the eye and apologize to Southwest Washington for hiring a Proud Boy? You're running around cavorting with Nazi sympathizers, dragging our name through the mud. That is not who we are. So will you look at the camera and directly apologize for hiring a Proud Boy?
I didn't hire a Proud Boy. This is just another attack.
It was Vancouver Police Department.
I hired.
I need to get something straight here. On Sunday, March 14th, Larijani makes a tweet saying that the remaining members of the Epstein class are plotting a 9/11 style false flag in the United States and that he fundamentally opposes it. By Monday, he's dead. And by Tuesday, today, Joe Kent, top U.S. counterterrorism official, resigns over Iran war, urging Trump to reverse course. Do I have that right? Mind you, longtime Trump supporter. During his confirmation hearings, he refused to denounce the idea that Trump actually won the 2020 election, by the way. That's how staunch a Trump supporter he is. And the day after they take out Larijani, which was the day after he warned the American public what the U.S. and their cohorts are planning on U.S. soil, he resigns his post. and urges Trump to reverse course. This is what Larijani said. He said, Iran has no war with the American people. I've heard that the remaining members of Epstein's network have devised a conspiracy to create an incident similar to 9/11 and blame Iran for it. He added, Iran fundamentally opposes such terrorist schemes and has no war with the American people, while asserting that Tehran is defending itself against an aggression launched by the United States and Israel. Iran stands tall in doing so in order to teach the aggressors a lesson. 24 hours later, he's dead. A few hours later, he quits. Head of counterterrorism. And by the way, he posted his letter to X. He said Iran posed no imminent threat to the U.S. and claimed that the administration started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. Kent is a U.S. Special Forces and CIA veteran whose wife, Navy cryptologic technician Shannon Kent, was killed in a bombing in Syria in 2019. Kent is the most high-profile figure from within the Trump administration to publicly criticize the U.S.-Israeli operation in Iran. In the letter addressed to Trump, Kent alleged that high-ranking Israeli officials and influential U.S. journalists had sowed misinformation that led the president to undermine his America First platform. This echo chamber was used to deceive you into, this is a quote, this echo chamber was used to deceive you into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States, the letter continued. This was a lie. Kent, a longtime supporter of Trump who unsuccessfully ran for Congress twice, was nominated by the president early in his administration and narrowly confirmed to his post, with many Democrats criticizing his links to extremist groups, including members of the Proud Boys. In the confirmation hearing, Kent also refused to back away from claims that federal agents had fomented the January 6 riots at the U.S. Capitol or that Trump had won the 2020 election. This is a Trump ride or die, saying, Mr. Trump, you have been deceived. They lied to you. It's not too late to back out. He cited his military service and his wife's death in his letter, saying that he cannot support sending the next generation off to fight and die in a war that serves no benefit to the American people, nor justifies the cost of American lives. And of course, this bitch, Caroline Leavitt, sorry, I got a call. So anyway, this bitch, Caroline Leavitt, says that Kent suggested that Trump made the decision based on the influence of others, even foreign countries, is both insulting and laughable, as President Trump has clearly and explicitly, I cannot fucking stand. They think that if they just say he's been very clear, he's been very explicit, that it means something. He can say whatever the fuck he wants, and it can be very clear and very explicit, which, by the way, it never fucking is, because it changes from moment to moment. Whatever. And so he's been very clear to say he had strong and compelling evidence that Iran was going to attack. Yeah, exactly what this guy just said. They sowed misinformation that led the president to undermine his American First platform. The echo chamber was used to deceive you into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States. This was a lie. That's not inconsistent. He had compelling evidence that no one else was apparently privy to. That sounds like maybe people influenced him outside of actual intelligence. Caroline, use a lot of words to mean things that don't mean anything. Tucker Carlson says that Joe is the bravest man I know and he can't be dismissed as a nut. He's leaving a job that gave him access to the highest level relevant intelligence. The neocons will try to destroy him for that. He understands that and he did it anyway. This is a very big deal. This is a very, very big deal. This is the closest that we're getting or that we've gotten to a whistleblower. He is the top official on counterterrorism. He's the guy that would have all the fucking information that would be relevant. He is stepping down and posted a public letter to the president saying, you've been deceived. I know who deceived you. And this move to bomb Iran was based on lies. This is a gigantic fucking deal, you guys. We all already knew it. But for one of their own, to risk his livelihood, his reputation, and his fucking safety for it is a big fucking deal. You understand me? Caroline Leavitt just parroting this bullshit, saying that all of the fucking run-of-the-mill canned stuff, like it's insulting and it's laughable, and that he had compelling evidence, vague bullshit, continuing to repeat that to, I don't know, it's not even really running cover because it's completely meaningless, but I guess it is running cover for the idiots that just fucking listen to Fox News and are like, oh, well, you know, she wouldn't say he had compelling evidence if he didn't have compelling evidence. What does that mean? It means nothing, and it's very much giving dear leader, and it's very much giving complicity, Caroline. It's very much giving that you're okay. You can support sending the next generation off to fight and die in a war that serves no benefit to the American people nor justifies the cost of American lives. It's very much giving that you're okay with that. Because how the fuck does your top counterterrorism official say no? And this is a forever Trumper we're talking about here. He's saying the threat did not exist. So where'd the very good information come from? His son-in-law? Who'd it come from? And who's the journalist? Dying to know. The guy, when asked about Cuba. So you're saying Cuba. That guy, the infant at the fucking table, like that guy who every time someone asks him a question on that Air Force One, he says, I have very good people. The people told me. I have people and they told me. That guy did not have very good information. That guy did not have compelling evidence. That guy listened to whoever the fuck he's got in his ear. Which, son-in-law, and who is the journalist?
Ali Larijani was last seen in public on Friday during a government rally in Tehran. Proof to Iranians that their government was still functioning and unafraid. Today, Israel killed him. Prime Minister Netanyahu announcing it, saying, we are undermining the regime with the hope of giving the Iranian people a chance to remove it. Larijani was a hardliner with a $10 million U.S. bounty on his head. He was close to Iran's supreme leader, and he oversaw much of January's crackdown, when state enforcers known as the Basij killed thousands of Iranian protesters. The top Basij commander was also assassinated.
It's an evil group. I mean, they've killed much more than 32,000 people. And the man who was responsible for that was also killed yesterday.
But Iran is still fighting back, including firing cluster bombs at Israel. More Iranian bombs rained down on Baghdad. The U.S. Embassy compound took a hit. There were no serious injuries or damage.
How does his death affect the trajectory of the conflict?
A lot depends on who replaces him. This policy of Israel of assassinating Iranian leaders may become more and more counterproductive. Of course, Iran is not Venezuela, and I think it was always a little bit delusional to think that Trump could find an Iranian Delcy Rodriguez. I'm not sure that Larijani could have played that role, but he was someone that the United States could have talked to, someone the United States has talked to in the past. Who will be left who would be willing to talk? That is really the question. That would suggest that the Israelis are interested in chaos, not in any kind of plausible diplomatic off-ramp.
Do you think anyone can really replace that central brokerage role that he played in Iranian politics?
He will be hard to replace, but it is a very durable system with many members and many branches, and they will find someone else who will rise to the top. And I'm not sure that this policy of assassination of Iranian leaders is going to bring us closer to a conclusion. But again, I'm not sure that's Israel's intent. I think they really just want to cause chaos in Iran.